Hi, I'm Scott Shelby here in the CME Group, London, back from Chicago. Look, one of my favorite contracts is corn. I used to trade in that corn pit, traded corn options as well, stood in that pit for a long time. And it looks as though you've got another good move here from the lower left to the upper right. That contract's looking strong after our recent lows. But you see, we've rallied about 30. We're trying to rally about 30 cents in the last 12 days. That's pretty hefty. That could run out of steam too. I want to keep an eye on that because we're starting to run into some technical numbers. You know, the fundamental guys kind of got puked out at the bottom here. But technically speaking, I want to look at a couple of things. So, number one, we've seen roughly a 30-cent rally. We've got some movement here this morning, but over the last 11, 12 days, that's pretty healthy. But number two is that this 369 level, it seems like D's corn kind of keeps bumping up against it. We've bumped up against it 3 times in the last 3 weeks. We're close again this morning. Keep an eye on 369. That's got to be something to kind of keep on your radar because we've kind of bumped against it 3 times in a row. Maybe the 4th time's a charm here. We're kind of making a move towards that as we go to tape here. So that's another thing that I'm keeping my eye on. And then lastly, those technicians out there love to talk about moving averages. Let's talk about the 50-day moving average, which is just below, right? So as we go to tape, we're trading in between the 50-day moving average and that 369 level. The 50-day moving average is around 367 and some change. We're around 368-ish this morning. We'll see if we can kind of bust through to the upside there. That'll be interesting because then we'll have that 50-day moving average as some support, and we'll have made it through some of that resistance at that 369 level I just got talking about. So a lot of numbers there. I don't want to bore you with a lot of those numbers, but we're kind of in a really cool technical spot here, just above the 50-day and below a place we've bounced off of 3 times in the last 3 weeks. Keep an eye on that. It could be an exciting day in corn. I'm Scott Shelby here at the CME Group in London. I'll see you again next week.